What's up, guys? Henry with CompuCabby. I just picked up my iPhone 6 today on launch day. So this is my launch day first impressions video of the brand new iPhone 6. That's right. So here it is in all its glory, still in its plastic, so you know I just got it. I got the space gray model. Looks very nice. What are my first impressions of this phone? Honestly, the form factor is perfect. It's perfect. 4.7 inch is the absolute sweet spot for a phone, in my opinion. And you know, these rounded edges just make it very comfortable to hold in the hand. Still very easy to use one-handed. So that's absolutely not an issue there. I think it's perfect. Like I said, this is the perfect size for me. Yes, I know Android has had this form factor for a while, but this, to me, for an iPhone, is the best of the best. You know, it's the best compromise of size and portability. And for a phone, I want to be able to take it with me everywhere, and I do. I take my phone with me everywhere. And the 4.7 inch has a nice big screen, but it's still very portable, pocketable, easy to take with me. So I'm not going to notice as much in my pocket. So compared to the iPhone 5S, which was my previous phone, it is quite a bit bigger. You know, screen size wise, we're getting a 17.5% increase just on screen size alone, but it's not that much bigger overall. The dimensions are not that much bigger, so you know, it's just a little bit wider, just a little bit taller than the iPhone 5S and 5, but overall I think it's the perfect size. Apple went with a great form factor for the iPhone 6. Having said that, what are some of the downsides or missteps maybe that Apple has taken with this phone? You know, for me, and I am a self-proclaimed Apple fanboy. I'm not trying to hide it. I don't lie about it. I love Apple. I'm an Apple fan, all right? But when I saw these rear shells leaked out on the internet months before the 6 was announced, honestly, I thought they were fake because they were so ugly. And come to find out, they were right. They were the actual parts. To me, this is the ugliest back on an iPhone ever. Okay? Form factor wise, it's the best size, but the back is fugly. I mean, who took a crayon and drew shapes on the back of my iPhone is just what I want to know. I understand it's for the antennas, whatever. It just doesn't look good to me. Am I the only one out there that thinks this is ugly on the back? So that's a misstep, number one, for Apple. Next misstep, and you probably can't tell on the camera, but the camera on this phone sticks out. Maybe I'm being dramatic, I don't know, but you know, we're talking about a lens with glass on it. Yes, it's sapphire glass, but it sticks out of the case. I mean, that's like just asking for it to just get dinged up and scratched. And it doesn't sit flush on the ground. I mean, it wobbles, man. It wobbles on its back. Okay. Bottom line, because of that camera. Now, I get it. A lot of companies do that. You know, their cameras stick out. And probably more so than this iPhone. It's only a couple millimeters, if that, that it sticks out. So maybe I'm just being too dramatic. Maybe I'm blowing this out of proportion. But to me, this is probably the first iPhone that looks better in a case and works better in a case. You know, it's going to protect the camera and it's going to hide this ugly back. So, very first iPhone that looks better with clothes on than naked. And personally, I prefer to carry my phones naked if at all possible. But you know what I would have liked to see from Apple? Just let the case sit flush with the camera. I mean, who cares if it's the thinnest ever? I mean, let it sit flush with the camera, then you got a little bit more space for a bigger battery. And who doesn't love better battery life? So anyway, those are the two minor things about the design that I particularly didn't like. So like I said, throw a case on it, solves that problem, whatever. Other changes include these very iPad-esque buttons for volume rockers, power buttons now on the side, and again, the iPad button. Now, It's a lot clickier than the iPad Air, to be honest with you. But the mute switch is very premium feeling. I don't know why. It just has a satisfying click to it. You know, I could do this all day. Other than that, the iPhone 6 comes with iOS 8, which is a big improvement. Best iOS update thus far. I think everybody should update it on your existing phone if you can. You know, obviously some improvements there are custom keyboards. You've got a health app and some other things on there, so that's great. Now, I understand Apple is playing catch up a little bit with Android with the iPhone 6, but hey, it is what it is. I still think Apple has the best experience on a smartphone out there. So that's what you get with Apple. You get the entire package. So minus the back, of course. You know, the design, honestly, it's got these nice rounded edges, very reminiscent of the iPhone 3G and the 3GS, which, oh look, I happen to have right here. So it's got those rounded, you know, edges. It makes the phone very comfortable to hold. It actually makes it seem smaller than it is. If you talk about screen size coming from the 3GS, it's about a 35% increase with the 6. So there you go. If you didn't know, now you know. I mean, the 3G was classic, man. This was... Anyway, the iPhone started this whole thing. So Android can thank Apple for that, all right? Even though they might be playing catch-up now, I still think that they are doing a good job. All right? I still think, though, that the iPhone 4S, 4 and 4S, has the best design ever on an iPhone. I mean, the glass on glass with the metal band around it, just very industrial, very modern and sleek. I love this design. This is probably my favorite iPhone design of all time. Then, of course, you've got, you know, the iPhone 5C with the colored plastic. Personally, the plastic just doesn't do it for me. And then, of course, the iPhone 5S, very premium feeling, you know, made the glass on glass for the top and bottom for the antennas. I think that's a much better solution than these ugly crayon bands on the back. I'm working on a wireless throwdown showdown round 2 video. Make sure you check out round 1. That'll be linked right here. And also subscribe to the channel and you'll be the first to know when the round 2 video comes out. So this time I'm pitting Verizon versus T-Mobile versus at&t versus Sprint. That's right, I've got all big 4 major carriers on the next wireless throwdown showdown. So stay tuned for that one. So there you have it, the iPhone 6. From the front, it looks great. All right, it just does. The screen is perfect. Resolution is awesome on it, and it almost looks like the screen is printed on the glass. I mean, that's how much they've improved the screen on it. Even versus the 5S, you could tell the screen is a little bit dipped down on the 5S. So that's an improvement on the iPhone 6. It just looks very, very nice on screen. I think they're going to keep with this form factor for a while. Just change the back, Apple. Hopefully for the 6S, they'll make some changes to the design on the back. Otherwise, put a case on it and quit complaining, I guess, right? I'm holding it wrong. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again so much for watching. Until next time, peace out.